Welcome, I am Unsung Ultra. This is Dinosaur Planet. Published by Nintendo and developed by Rare, this was set to release in the N64. During the course of years of development, it was around the time of 1999 to 2000. It's set to be released on 2001 for the early quarter of it. It used the Diddy Kong engine. It's also being developed by the same team that helped make Diddy Kong Racing for the N64. This game contains 512 megabits, which is the equivalent to 64 megabytes. So this would have been a really huge game to come out. Largest N64 games made. In Crystal, which would have played different parts. You would switch between the two characters using the swap stone, which got later changed to the warp stone. Saber uses a sword to fight in combat, while Crystal uses a staff. You would have also got companions with you. For Saber, he had Tricky, which is a Triceratops, and all the land dinosaurs are known as Earthwalkers, while the sky ones are Cloud Runners. And Crystal has Kite, which is a pterodactyl. You would swap between the two characters on the story to progress and get farther into. The objective in this game was to get Tricky and Kite, and you would bring them along and bring them to their home. You would have to fight along General Scale's army, he's the main antagonist of the game, but he was scrapped at the end of it, so he never was the final enemy. You would have to fight against Claw's army, and there was a lot of minions and different objectives you would do against them, like racing or battling or getting through each area. You would solve puzzles and find key items to solve and get through your quest. Dinosaur Planet and crush everything. He wanted Dinosaur Planet destroyed. He wasn't going to let anything stop it. That's when Saber and Crystal came in to stop him. Each character played their own role in the story. General Scales is going to be the main antagonist, while Saber and Crystal is going to team up and try to stop them. God dang it, almost. Later on in the game, enemies will get stronger and harder to take down. You will have to hone your skills and use your abilities to learn throughout your journey to take them down. Saber was a royal knight from the planet Animus. Little is known about him. He was replaced with Fox McCloud from Star Fox. His father was Randor, which is he's a wizard, and he also adopted Crystal. Miyamoto changed this game in a huge way. He suggested to Rare that the main protagonist sort of looks like Fox from Fox McCloud from Star Fox, and suggested they turn it into a Star Fox game. While this affects overall the course of development had a massive overhaul, the main character was completely cut out, while the other only has 20 minutes of gameplay. The title got turned into Dinosaur Planet to Star Fox Dinosaur Planet, and then finally Star Fox Adventures. This also affected that Rantorn was completely scrapped from the game, and his house was too, his building. While one of the temples was also changed around, other stuff got removed during the development of it. This is most likely why Swap Stone got changed to Warp Stone, because since there was no two other characters to progress in the story with, there wasn't no need for it, so it got changed altogether. Different key items are used for opening doors and tunes. The swap stone looked like a slab that you would stand on and work to different area to switch between different characters to complete the story arc. You'll use this to solve puzzles around your journey. Not only the combat, but the puzzles would also get a lot more challenging. Such as puzzles like temples, you would go in and it'll have like a countdown, and you would have to try to get to the other side before the time runs out. This is sort of like Banjo-Kazooie with the pyramid and the Dinosaur temple, where you would have to make your way to the other side before the spikes come down. This probably would have played a part like that. Not only will you have to use combat and dodging and precise in your movements during gameplay, you would also acquire spells for your spellbook. Using this magic, you would use it against your enemies during combat and precising and aiming. Some of these are used for simple puzzles from all the way to requirements to get further along the game. This will help you along battle, as spellbooks contain key items or spells that would summon, and other ones for protection. You would use these on your quest. Some of the normal casting spells would be such as using a ball of energy to get past certain puzzles. You would use these to trigger buttons or different levers, depending on where you use that to get past your obstacle. As you get further along your journey, you'll acquire more spells for your spellbook. Some of these become more advanced over time, as you would get spells such as cloaking your character to where it looks like one of the claw enemies that you would fight. As they would see you, they would not notice you as a threat and let you pass. This will help you along your journey to get past different obstacles and some of the required spells to get. You'll also learn these doing different challenges along your journey, getting puzzles and earning items, and solving main quests. Another part of the inventory was the key slot, where you would have key items used for placing in areas where you need to use them for requirements such as stones, keys, all kinds of different sorts of shapes. If you wasn't using spells or combat to solve different key items and puzzles, you would also use your hands to solve different puzzles. Some of these, such as pushing down pillars or picking up objects, sitting them on pistons, would also let stuff activate for you to proceed through the game. Also in your inventory was sections of different actions you would use, such as the shield, the ball, the whistle, fire breath, magnifying glass, and eyes. You would also use these to help you along the way. Most of these were used with your companion. You would take it and throw it as it would bounce around, and Tricky would go catch it. It's unknown if this was used for fetch and play or just for a puzzle. It could have impact on enemies if you use it for a distraction or anything like that. I wonder if this was used for Kite, but we don't know that yet because it was never seen in gameplay, so we'll never know if it ever was implemented for Kite as well. The whistle was used for calling your ally if it was lost, or calling it for battle. As for the fire breath, it was used for torching stuff, burning it on fire. This will help you solve even more puzzles along your journey. It was needed for the magnifying glass was most likely used for hints on where to go if you were lost or looking for a way out or just trying to solve the next puzzle. This will help you proceed through the game and farther. The eyes were used for weak points. Whenever you tried taking on a boss or an enemy, you would use the eyes to find the weak points. And this would help you gather information on where to strike. It is unknown what the shield would have been used for. Maybe it would have 2/3 the damage of damage taken from the enemies that hit you, or it would have made temporarily invulnerability where you would be indestructible for a limited time. You guys let me know on what you think the shield would be used for. Since there was no gameplay of it, it's still unknown what the shield would have been capable of. In Dinosaur Planet, you would explore different terrains and environments, such as lava and sand, forest terrains, tundras, all kinds of them. This would have made the world really diverse. The reason I believe that Dinosaur Planet got turned into Star Fox is because there was sci-fi elements between, Star Fox and Dinosaur Planet. They both share the sci-fi feel to it. Because there were bots in here that would fly and attack you on those little search bots. There are also flying ships that would come down and drop the dinosaurs off. And there was also hovercrafts that will let you glide and go faster. Nintendo owned 49% of Rare, but they wanted Nintendo to own the whole thing, but they never did do that. So different companies sent them offers to buy them out, and sooner or later Microsoft went to them, and that's what they stuck with. That's the reason why I think Miyamoto wanted the title to be called Star Fox Adventures, so that way it doesn't come to Xbox. The Nintendo Gamecube was fixing to come out, so they wanted Rare to develop this and make Dinosaur Planet on the Gamecube. This would have prevented it to be released. My mind wanders on what all the cheat codes would have been, because in the files there's a cheat code for Big Head mode. And if you don't know what Big Head mode is, it's one of the classic cheat codes used to see the game, such as the infamous stone cheat codes from Banjo-Kazooie and Sandcastle. You would ground pound on different letters, and it would set different cheats in. If you type in Big Head, you will get a Big Head for Banjo. But this cheat code would have been implemented in the game's files for you to select it. Maybe after game completion, you'll be able to enter cheat codes throughout your second playthrough. At E3 2000, there was an early build for this game. You'll be able to play test levels. There was Thorntail Hollow, Cloud Runner Fortress, Test of Fear, and Dark Ice Mines. You would select through these and pick which one you want to play first. Later on the next year, there was a E3 special playable mission just for E3. There's even a message for it. It reads, "General Pepper here. The head honchos at Nintendo have set up an exclusive E3 mission for you. Fly down to Thorntail Hollow, where your sidekick Dinosaur Tricky will be waiting for you. Take good care and look around and remember to have fun. Pepper out." The fun little thing, reference I want to show you is that there was a Triceratops in Diddy Kong Racing called Tricky. You would race against Tricky up the Spiral Mountain. You have to race to the top to the finish line. Note that these are the same team that did work on Dinosaur Planet. So I don't know if that was a reference or they just really liked the character and wanted it recreated in a new form, or I'm sure they have information about that. I remember racing this boss as a kid. I used to fall off the track every now and then. Anyways, let's get to some unused graphics. First up, we have a crystal. This was used for the HUD in the inventory section and key items. As seen earlier, as we've seen the crystal being used for the piston. Next up we have Crystal's Adventure. This would have been used for the swap stone when switching over, and it shows the screen before gameplay starts. Now we have Saber's Adventure. This would have been the same thing as Crystal's Adventure, except you would have started off as Saber, switching between the swap stone. Alright, now we have this unused graphic. Yeah, you guessed it. This is the in between what the game was going to be. It was going to be Dinosaur Planet, and then Star Fox Adventures Dinosaur Planet, and then just Star Fox Adventures. And this is the in-between variation of this. This didn't really last that long before they scrapped this. Alright, now we have more unused graphics. These are controller layouts. As you can see, I have the C buttons here. I enlarged the photos so you can see it better. For the left, we have nothing, but if you look down, we have right at the bottom C button. This most likely would have been used for Crystal during combat gameplay. Next up, we have another one. It's left again, but this time it has tricky at the bottom. Then we got left, up, down. Then we got the spell block on the left, so we know what the spell block's going to be on the left. Then we got kite again, and then tricky with the spell block. And then I think this is right, but yeah, this is most likely right because I'm pretty sure the C-pad up would have been first view, like first person view. So this would have been your inventory where you'd bring out everything, like key items. Then we got broken down, and then we're right back to this. Here we have the analog stick. This would have been used for a tutorial or any type you would have to use movement, such as movement blocks. This is our last unused texture, and it is the A button being pressed down the action button. This would have been used for finding something or picking up something. Alright, next up we have the music from Dinosaur Planet. All these was going to be used for the game when it was early in development. I'll let you take a listen to each one of them. I'll give you a brief demo of all of them. This one's main theme, as it says in the title. Galleon Battle. Dark Icemans. Ice Mountain Race. Discovery Falls. Swapstone Hollow. Test of Combat. Earthwalker Temple. spooky ambience. The music you heard in the intro was the trailer music theme, and the music you hear now is from Kid Claw. Now we're going to move on to unused audio speech. Alright, so the audio speech is about a scrapped idea of the ending of the game, where you intertwine in two different time periods. The audio speech is of Crystal and Crystal. I'll let you listen.
"'Twas the dragon. After you entered the time rip, he completed his task and unleashed the power of the ancient Chimerian heart. Saber had tried to stop him, but he was destroyed."
Saber is dead?
"We fought our final battle here in the palace. The Krazoa are no more. The dinosaurs are no more. Dinosaur planet has been destroyed. Somewhere within the remains of the palace, Randorn left a spell page. Find this, return to the past, and stop the spellstone from ever being taken. Maybe then this future will never happen. Find the spell page and return to the past."
And that's it for that one. This next one is a unused dialogue in the Dark Ice Mines.
"Welcome, stranger. Word is, you wish to find the spellstone."
By the way, this is Snowhorn talking.
"Across the ravine you will find a most sacred treasure, the Horn of Truth. Only a true believer may cross the divide. Believe in your quest, Saber. You must believe. Use the horn wisely, Saber. It will summon help in times of need."
And that's it for that one. So the first one sounds like a pretty crazy ending, and the second one is just quest items and dialogue to do some longer journey. And now time for my thoughts. I think it would have been a really great adventure game. It seems like it was going to be really huge for the N64's lifespan, because it was going to be set at the end of its life. Even though it was an adventure game, it has a great 3D platformer charm to it. I grew up playing rare titles such as Donkey Kong Country, Jet Force Gemini, and Banjo-Kazooie. So I'm pretty sure that this game would have been a really wonderful game, because they do such beautiful music and scenery in their games. Like music from Grant Kirkhope and David Wise. I would have loved to see this title made. So that's the story of Dinosaur Planet. It would have been a fun and fulfilling quest to set out on for adventure. Rather, if it was the exploration, or the danger around each corner, the bosses, or the cute companions. There's just something that draws me towards this game. I knew it would have been great. I am Unsung Ultra, and thank you for watching my episode on Dinosaur Planet.